Bye.
All right, bye. Bye.
Yeah, you caught me, didn't you? Oh, as late as it is, I doubt if too many come on other than that person I was just talking to. Well, there's one thumbs up, which is followed by the shadow figure. Hello, shadow figure. Who we got? Oh, I have two shadow figures. Well, y'all making me out be a liar. I'm just saying, I didn't figure anybody'd come in being this late. I don't know why y'all want to make me out be a liar. There's 3 likes, must be a third one on the way. Appreciate y'all hitting the like as you come in. There's the 4th one. Oh my Lord, there's Grant. Damn. If we could ever get any work out of him. Oh, let me get my glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. Howdy, Kurt. Howdy, Rico. What's going on with y'all? Me, I've done been working. Trying to get Grant working. I've been shooting the bull with him on the phone. Oh. Oh, Lordy. I'm a tired puppy tonight. I only drove 500 miles. Hanging out in OKC. Well, just dadgummit. Mike will be over there in OKC tomorrow morning sometime. Seen him over there on the yard. I left out, I don't know, 12:30 today. Meant to be rolling by 12. I missed that by a little bit. I got up here a little bit late. Caught just enough traffic where I can usually make it up here just in 8 hours. And not this time. Stone, what's going on, North Chicago? Stone, I was wanting to talk to you. I was thinking about you earlier, young man. Why don't you go over to the Patriot page and start a link over there, or a thread, whatever, a post, whatever you want to call it. People are always asking me about you and whatnot, and where you at and all that. Why don't you go over there and start keeping folks updated, and they can leave messages back and forth with you over there. Being you've got a small following in here, you might as well take care of them. So, what the heck? And hit the like button. You came in and didn't hit the like button. Shame on you. So anyway, that was just a thought of mine. And I was also thinking, for the rest of y'all, I was telling Little Joe, thank you, sir. That way I can tell him, just go over to the Patriot page and check out his thread. Hell. I think when I get the shirts taken care of, and I talked to the lady Friday, and she ain't ready for me yet. She ain't got the website ready. She got hammered with some of our local with some local stuff. That there girl, she be busy. But she hopes to have it done this week. But guess what? That's what she told me last Monday too. What the heck? Oh, what's going on, Chris? But she was telling me some of the plans she has for it. And yeah, but that 7,000 ain't all you. That's you and your trainer. And I would tell you, been there and done it, but you wouldn't believe me. That was back in the day when we had real trucks and logbooks we could throw out the window. But she was telling me, I told her that I wanted men's and women's shirts, and you ought to be able to choose your sizes and whatnot. So she's talking about whenever we get it up, and there'll be a drop-down menu for you ought to go on and click what shirts that we've made available, colors that we've made available, and check your size. And I don't know how it's going to end up. It sounds like she's got her ideas right. Now let's see her put them to work. So, and she's one of them that she does it all herself, so she don't have to pay the big bucks for the outside people to do it. I can't blame her. I have been the small entrepreneur, and some of them costs can eat you up. I mean, big time. So, what the heck? People dropping off like flies. So anyway, and I'm thinking I'll put that over on the Patreon page. So, well, me too, Stone. That's the whole thing, is that I don't want to go pushing her. I do want a local business to get the business, even if it is a little slow start. But I've done talked to some of the big chains. Well, Little Joe's did most of the talk. Oh, excuse me. And you know, they got a lot less overhead because they're so big and selling so much. So they have less overhead per piece, but yet they want to charge so much per piece. And pure tea greedy, that's all it is. So if I can take a little bit of that money away from the corporation and give it to a real person like us that's trying hard to make it, I'm going to do it, you know? So, what the heck? I mean, it's the same thing that I preach at y'all about these mom and pop truck stops out here. I'd much rather stop at a mom and pop's. Okay, I can't fuel there because the company rules, but that's where I can stop and buy a meal and an energy drink or whatever, you know. I'm throwing their way what I can. So, but I am getting very ready for shirts. I want one or 12. So, oh. Yeah. Especially if it's an old school one. I mean, there's some of them. I mean, there's some of us hands out here that we can look at the building and tell you, yeah, that used to be a 76. I used to like my 76s. They outprice themselves. Some of the Boselmans up in the Northwest. Rip-offs. Rip Griffins, we call them rip-offs. There's a bunch of them that as soon as you see that old building, especially on the 76s, yep, that was a 76. Some of them don't even realize it that are working there. Dadgummit, I tracked a bunch of mud in my truck. It rained up here before I got here. Oh, goodness. I'm tired, been a hard week. I just whining and crying to Grant. It was nothing but mow, take a break, and mow, and take a break, and mow. But I got, you know, I've been having that wet issue at my place where I couldn't mow certain areas because it was so wet. Well, that's been drying up. And, buddy boy, let me tell you, me and that, damn, I can't think what the name of my mower is now. Starts with a G. I know that. But I've been putting it to the test. Some of that stuff has got to be shoulder high to me. I mean, it's easy pouring 5 foot. I did these right on through there. So, gonna drive me nuts if I don't think name that damn mower. So, that was a short trip, wasn't it? But I got everything knocked down to the highest setting on the mower. Gravely. That's what it is. It's a Gravely. And I was planning on getting, well, me and Michael got it together because they're a little pricey. And he had did some research on it and made contact with the people. Then I went in there to talk to them. And I was going to get an industrial grade and started telling them exactly what I planned on doing with it. That it was basically going to be being a brush hog, a bush hog for half the year. And they swore to me that this one could stand up to it with its frame and all that. So it's not an industrial grade. It's the highest residential grade, which what they was showing us, because me and Michael wound up going in there together, the whole framework and all that is the exact same on the industrial. And there's so little that is different. The industrial has a rollover deal, you know, to help keep you from rolling over or something. Could have got it with air ride seats. You know, that would have made it one of the industrial. I'm like, I don't need that shit. I just want to knock the weeds down. But I'll tell you what, she did some working this weekend. I mean, I couldn't get carried away and did not go fast at all. And yeah, I had to go over some of it twice. It's got a 50-inch cut on it. And this coming weekend, I will go back out there and lower it down. It's probably cut at about 6 inches right now. And I'll go out this weekend and set it down to my 2 1/4, 275, and do it again. Yep. Oh, it's a Dickens, boy. You know, that's where me and Michael had talked, and we both have tried to buy the better stuff throughout the years in our lives, but with the prices of it, you just can't afford to. You know, that's like I was out there at their grand opening at this place we bought this. They just got a new place, and they used Kubota. Now it's got a cab on it, air conditioning, heating, stereo, 4-wheel drive. It's kind of small, but it would work for where I'm at. Used $20,000. And I was telling Michael, I just can't justify it. I can't do it. And he can't either. So, but back when he bought part of my property and we started talking about keeping it, working it together to keep it up, keep it, you know. And we both agreed that although we had been trying to buy the best we could on the budget that we had, it just wasn't good enough for the place that we have. And we decided that between the two of us, if we pull our money together, then the results would be a lot different. So that's what we've been doing. We bought a damn good steel weed eater, and I mean, it's another eating machine. And then we bought this Gravely. So now I've gotten a little bit of other stuff on the side, you know, a little personal stuff, but those two high-dollared ones, you know, I went in there and I talked to them, decided what I thought we needed, and I'd call Michael up and tell him what I'm looking at and what I think, and give him as much information as I can. And he says, all right, if you like it, good, I got half of it. Then he sends Mama the money. You know, I go ahead and buy it, he immediately transfers the money so that we're not out his house. And it's been working pretty good. But we just cannot justify that Kubota tractor. I mean, we just can't do it. We talked about that quite a while today. So, it's going to break down, though, like me and him was saying. We're going to wind up having to rent something. And I might call that old boy and talk to him about renting that Kubota. So, I was telling Michael when we go doing it, I need him to be at the house. So, I'll work on it for a few hours, and I'll take a break, and he can get on it and work it for a few hours. And we need to get as many hours as we're paying for. You know, I know they allow you X amount of hours, you know. I want all of them. So, and the only way to do that is keep that bad boy working. So, and we both have stuff that we need to do on each side of our property line. You know, we're going to wind up ganging up on some of it. But we was talking and putting together a battle plan. The water from him and the neighbor, it all comes across his property and then across my property to the pond. So we've got to get that channeled better. And like I told him, with it drying up now, and I've been studying it for the last couple of years, especially this year when I have got it so cleared like we have, where you can see stuff. Now's the time to start attacking it. That being said, I told him not literally now, because they're fixing to do the pipeline across the front of our property. And I think they said June 5th was the proposed starting date. So we need to let them go ahead and get done with the fencing or the piping before we start doing any of our stuff. So just to see what they're going to tear up and what they're going to fix. So pretty much all I did was mow this weekend. I did donate like 3 hours to Robert, my boy Robert, that y'all have seen him on videos. He's the one been working out there with us. He has it now because that new job he got where I go and pick up mulch, they're working his butt off. He's getting a lot of overtime and the whole bit, just because of their crazy schedule. But he needed some help this Saturday morning, which he'd already called and talked about it. We had it planned. So I took Michael's old Dodge truck. He's got the new one and the old one. He left the old one there for a farm truck. I ran it down there and helped him take care of a little business. Cost me 2 or 3 hours. Got back home and I took a 3-hour nap. I was only going to take an hour, but Mama didn't wake me up, and 3 hours later I woke me up. So my boy Lakota didn't show up Saturday. I was very mad at him. That's a long story, but we had a talk Saturday night. He tried to talk to me a little bit Friday night, telling me he had booked his Saturday with someone else, and I told him Saturday, I said, I quit texting with you because you would not have liked my attitude. And you definitely would not have liked what I had to say. So we talked Saturday, and I chewed on him pretty good, I ain't gonna lie. But we came upon an agreement that Saturdays are mine. You know, I told him, I said, you know damn good and well that I'm only home for the weekends. And I want you here on the weekends, or I'll find somebody that will be. And he wanted to continue working for me. Then Saturdays and Sundays are mine. We've been trying not to work Sundays, but I want your bud here on Saturday unless it's raining. I think he'll show up in the future. I can have a sharp tongue. I know y'all don't believe that, but I can have a sharp tongue. Let's see. I was wondering why no videos in today after I finished. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you getting that where your days kind of just run together there, youngin'? They'll damn sure do it. And see, and that's what I was telling the wife this morning. She hates it when I leave out on Sunday because it messes her week up. And I told her, I said, it's the same thing with me. I said, I got to the yard and general manager had came out and asked me to do a load and do this, this, and this, and we're going to do this, this, and this, and then on Friday. And I'm like, wait a minute. As she was walking off, I said, this is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. What are you talking about it? And Joe, this is Wednesday. Really? Yes, Joe, it's Wednesday. So see, and that's what I got to watch this week. With me leaving the house on Sunday, my whole week's going to be confused. I'll have to stop and check myself several times. So, just wait, youngin'. You'll get there. Talked to Austin today. He's no longer with Warner. That did not work out for him at all. And he's been offered a local job. Although he don't have as much experience as they would like, they're willing to work with him and train him. So, fighting hours of service, there ain't no fighting them. You're gonna lose. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, you did. What's up, Sean? So, and y'all know I'm always lecturing you about staying with the company for 2 years and all that. But now we've had some phone conversations, and it just wasn't working for him. Which I've told y'all several times that there's enough different ways out here in the, what's up, Jamin? There's enough different trucking avenues that you can take. Every one's not going to be for everyone, you know. So, an OTR just was not his gig, especially with some family issues he's got. So, and like I said, he was offered another job, and they've all but guaranteed it to him. So he did have something lined up before he quit, which is a good thing. But he's got a couple real close family members that he's real tight with that aren't doing real good, and he wants to be home. If your OTR being home does not get it. So, yep. Well, and he's a country boy. I mean, he's a hillbilly as bad as me. So, and he just hasn't been out of the hills enough. And he got one of them local jobs where it sounds like it's going to fit him like a good glove. So, working, cleaning this place up. But I'm doing good, getting the bills paid. How are you, Papa Joe? Well, I'm just hunky-dory. I'm up here at our yard. Well, I'm at the Loves across the road from our yard here in Oklahoma. I was kind of forced out of the house today. Now, I did not have to leave as early as I did, but the load I had on had to deliver tomorrow. So it was either get up super early in the morning and wrestle with getting it up here and all that, or leave out early today and give me a good jump start on it. So, got a notification that they're giving us a 3 cent a mile raise. 3 cents across the board. I'm like, well, dadgum, for the miles I run, that's going to be, roughly speaking, $70 a week. I ain't going to complain with that at all. So, hell, if they wanted to do it again, I'd take more. Yeah, my tablet's going out. Grant that's on here, he was on here unless he lost his signal. He's sending me an iPad to replace it with. So, hopefully this weekend when I get in, they told him at the post office it'd be at my house tomorrow. Well, I'm not there to get it. So, and if this thing goes out this week, that'll just be the end of the live shows. I ain't gonna do a real long one tonight anyway. My dad is tearing me up. This live streaming ain't near as bad as I thought it was going to be on my data, but still, I'm almost out of data, and I do not want to pay for extra. My phone bill is plenty big enough. So, it is what it is. And yeah, Grant is a stand-up guy. So, for a guy that's always sitting down. And how can you be a stand-up guy if you make a living on your butt? Explain that one to me, Grant. His wife's been watching some of the shows, but I don't know if she was up this late. No, she done found one of his hideouts. The Papa Joe Variety Show. So, didn't do any cooking this weekend. We were lazy. Nah, that's a lie. I was mowing my butt off. I did do some lazy man cooking. I bought some pre-packaged, pre-cooked fajita meat. So Friday night we had fajita salads. Grandma's not real big on onions and bell peppers, so I didn't set us up that way. I set us up like you would do a taco salad, only we used fajita meat. We liked it. Worked out pretty good. Used some kind of old El Paso type picante sauce on it for a dressing, and it worked out good. Matter of fact, I just had one a few minutes ago. I was eating it while me and Grant was talking. Saturday night, we had went shopping Friday when I got home, and I'd planned on cooking Saturday night, but I was pretty much shot out. It got plenty warm down my way. So Grandma went ahead and cooked most of the dinner. I got up and helped her with the green beans and asparagus. Well, we took green beans and asparagus, fresh, which, you know, now there's something about asparagus. I don't know how many of y'all eat asparagus. Probably not too many, being I only got 4 people left. The green screen's getting them. Asparagus, I used to just cut the ends off of them. And the wife found out watching a cooking show that you just start bending them and they will snap at the end of the hard spot. It's good to know. So I stood there and snapped all the asparagus and then cut the ends off the green beans. And we took 4 of each and put them in bundles, and she wrapped them in bacon. Asparagus is better the higher temperature you cook it. So we cook ours at about 4 1/4 for 20 to 30 minutes. And that turned out real good. And we got some steaks. So she just went ahead and threw them on a broiler pan and threw them in the oven. So, and they turned out good. So we had a pretty stand-up meal Saturday night. Had enough left that I've got 1 meal back here and she's got 1 meal at the house. So it is what it is, what it is. So With that, good people, I'm fixing to go to bed. It's well after 11 o'clock my time, and I got about 7 hours of sleep, and then I got to get up and get to rocking and rolling. Appreciate y'all coming in so late. Go over to the Patriot page and start getting set up over there. All of you, please. So, oh, good night, Chris. All right, Stone, you go on over to the Patriot page and set up so people can come over there and question you. So, good night, Sean. Y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. I definitely appreciate y'all coming in now. Y'all have a blessed evening. Good night, Kurt. Good night, Jay, man.